And now looking at Down by the Salley Gardens. Okay, so with this one, I think you just need to try and keep it as gentle as you can, all right? The ends of every little phrase, you can see the phrase by the curved line that connects the notes up, all right? So that shows you the phrase of the music. And at the end of each phrase, generally, the note drops down, doesn't it? So in the first one, it drops from A down to G. And again, on the next line, A to G. And even on the third line, it goes from B to G. All right. So, and then on the top, bottom line, we've got the same thing, but an octave higher. So with that drop down, we need to just make it go quieter. So this last note of each phrase in those particular places need to be very, very quiet, basically. If I play that first phrase, how quiet that note was? It was quiet, and it was slightly shorter as well, because of course we're putting breaks in between these phrases. So that what we call shaping in the music is going to be very, very important to get that. Like that, okay? So you've got that on the first line, the second line it's exactly the same. And even when it's louder on the third line, a bit louder than that. I still made the last note quieter and a little bit shorter. If I don't, that's a bit ugly. I think that's not a nice sound. So we want to create nice shaping in the music. So yes, you can be a bit firmer here, but the last note, be very careful with that one. So that will come up quite a few places in this music. We need to be careful with that. Otherwise, one thing I was quite disappointed and sad about today was that break again that we didn't have. You're capable of doing it, because when I mentioned it to you, you did it perfectly well, but it's not good to sit on the fence. Sitting on the fence means that you're sort of sometimes doing something one way and sometimes doing it another way, as if you can't make up your mind. That's not a good place to be when you're playing music. You need to be decisive. That means you need to say, I'm going to do it this way, and every time I play it, I'm going to do it the same. All right? Otherwise, you're not doing yourself any favours. So in bar 9, if I play into that, we need a complete break, a complete shift of the hand, all right? No funny sort of trying to just stretch your finger over. No, it needs a complete break, complete stop in the sound, and then a new start with the G and the second finger. So make sure now, every time, make that decision, I'm going to play it like that, and do that every time in that bar, okay? From there, very nicely with that chord, because that's quite hard to do that join, but you did it brilliantly. Hold this E here. All right, it should be held right up until the end of that phrase in the right hand. So keep it down, then lift it. And I think you need to practice the left hand here, don't you? You've got to move the thumb to the middle C. Turn in the right hand. So it may be well to practice from the end of bar 9 hold the left hand, then lift and move the left hand, turn in the right hand. Okay, maybe just do a little section at a time, go up to there. Then we jump so that your right hand goes to the C for the next time you play C. Left hand doesn't have to move. Thumb under. You've got this chord, no problem. Again, gently, all right? And we talked about the row, which needs to slow down. really, really slow down. The left hand at the end, you need to make sure the thumb goes to the G, squeeze it in, and then you'll get the notes at the end correct, C and E, okay? So some careful practicing with that one. Try not to do it all in one go. Try to do little bits of it and work at where you have to move your hands sometimes, or where you've got to do a turn under in the right hand.